recess in the 1-hour classroom, and the students are busily rewriting something that I didn't want erased for the purpose of making this video. What we've been doing today in this lesson is we've been taking these vocabulary words. We have a vocabulary checklist, and there are quite a number of random words just put together. And we're trying to make order, to create groups and categories and labels for these words, so they're just easier to learn. And as a class, we came up with a few words, and we've actually been adding words as well. So this was one of our words, and some of the students, the clever ones, have come up with a stomachache and a toothache as well. And they labeled this sick and ill. So these words are related to being sick and ill. And over here we have a very large group. Thumb, index finger, etc. And all of these words are things to do with hands. Excellent. And in fact, the students even added a few words. They added fingerprint because they also had handprint. Handprint was one of their words, and they were also able to come up with fingerprints. Moreover, it's interesting that the students can use different words and put them in different groups. One group of students created this group of words, gleaming, precious gems, expecting, insistent on. And they said that these were headache words. That is, these are words that when they have to think of them, they get a headache. But right over here, we have some of those same words. And another student in the class said, these words can be used for jewelry. That is, these are words associated, gleaming, precious gems, jealous, expecting. These are words associated with jewelry. So, I'm glad that in this class we do have a lot of people with different ideas, different ways of labeling these groups of words. And words can be used in more than one group. Now, I think a situation that needs to be worked on, though, is a lot of the students here, they're copying things on this board, but they aren't necessarily the way they organize things. That is, they copy things because, well, I expect them to copy things from the board. That is, I shouldn't be writing the most stuff. They should be writing. However, they also need to be thinking and doing work on their own independently or collaboratively. And a lot of these kids, as you can look over here, they really weren't able to think on their own. That is, they just copied what we did as a class, and they themselves didn't think about the words and how they individually organize them. And that's something that we have to work on. Over here, we have the same idea. That is, the students are copying what's on the board, but they're not really doing their own thinking. And the whole purpose of doing this list group label is for students to activate their prior experience and to use their knowledge to construct meaning from this list of words. But they're not thinking. That is, they're not activating their prior knowledge, and they're just mindlessly copying what's on the board. But thankfully, some of the students obviously were able to think and put these words together. So we have progress right now in that some of the students in this class are able to do this kind of thinking, this kind of inductive thinking, where they can put words together and make sense out of them. But a lot of the other kids, in fact most of the kids I think, really are quite new to this idea of thinking. That is, individually doing things that just require thinking, and there are, in fact, no model answers. A lot of the kids are too trained to expect model answers, and they expect that these, in fact, are the model answers, but they're not. The model answer is in their head. They just need to learn, actually, to learn this.